Hey, welcome back to another episode. On this episode, we're going to head back to the storage unit where all the Flippin' great games that we picked up are. We're going to work on the Sega Strike Fighter cab. We're going to troubleshoot some other stuff, maybe pull some PCBs to bring back to the lab here and test. Also, Flippin' Great got a brand new, pretty awesome toy, which I will show you guys here. I guess it's pretty okay. No, this game's absolutely amazing. Alright, it's pretty awesome, right? And then now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head up to the storage unit to work on some stuff. I'm actually going to, if we have time, I'll film some of an arcade-related sign that I'm actually cutting on the CNC machine. So for now, though, let's head up to storage unit. Alright, so we're back at the FGP shop. As you can see here, I got Drew's with me. And we're working on some other games today. We're going to power on Strike Fighter. We're going to try to get to the Neo Geo. We're going to test the little beachhead cabinet and try to get back there a little bit more and pull some boards and things like that. So the first thing we'll do is power up the Strike Fighter so you guys can check that out. Alright, so we are sitting on the Sega Strike Fighter cab. Got it booted up. We're outside, so that's a little kind of hard to see, but it's going through everything. One thing I did want to show you before we start some gameplay is it's got these cool little like feet pedal things. So when you press on the pedals, it actually kind of tips the nose of the plane to the left or the right, so you can actually make tighter turns. It's actually really cool. And then you've got your joystick here. This is your missiles, and there's a trigger down here. That's for like your machine gun. And then over here is your throttle. You got a view change, you got to start. So Drew's just going to film this real quick. Just some of the footage of the game. Skip that one. See how bad I am at this game. It's actually kind of hard. I've only played it for like 5 minutes yesterday.
This is Operation Control Tower. The enemy fleet has located Channel F.
So now we get to like fly down and hit 6 targets.
The player's really bad.
You have to put your thing on here. Frick.
Good lord, that looks terrible to control.
It's hard. It's like actually pretty hard. You have to make like super small like adjustments, and I'm not good at that sort of thing. Because it takes like, once you start turning. Walk on, dude. Come on. Ooh.
Try getting it from this angle, maybe there's less of a glare.
Something like up over the mountains. It's actually a super hard game. Trying to dodge some shit. There we go. I ran out of time. But as you can see, it's actually super like, almost like sim-like, where it's very, very like precise and, you know, small adjustments, and you can control like the turning of everything here. And it's a pretty cool game. So we'll get this one cleaned up. We're probably going to sell this guy. Maybe put it in Flippin' Great for a little bit, but you can see it's all kind of gross and dirty. It hasn't been gone through yet. It's just up and running. So we'll clean all this stuff up, polish the bolts, get a replacement carriage bolt, clean this out, open it up. The Naomi's actually underneath the seat where the arcade hardware is. So we'll open this up, vacuum everything out, clean all the connectors, and do all that before we sell it. But all in all, it's a pretty fun game. The monitor's beautiful on it. It's a really, really nice monitor. Yeah, that's Strike Fighter. So next up on the agenda for today is we're going to pull this Neo Geo out, kind of clean it up, kind of see what's going on with it. I brought some carts here. Brought a glass blade and a metal slug. We're gonna go ahead and pop those in. This is a 2-slot and a dynamo. So we're gonna pull this guy out, check out the inside powered on, and hopefully we get that sweet, sweet Neo Geo music. Alright, so here we are behind the Neo. You can actually see it's really, really clean in there. I'm gonna go ahead and reach in and pull those pins. That will allow us to unlock the control panel, I believe. Pull it out of the front. And then down there you can see the 2-slot Neo that we have, maybe. Right there, we're going to put the games in there and power it on and check it out. So this one has a K7000, it actually looks pretty clean. So hopefully when we pull this thing open, it'll fire up. Alright, so we used the new Universal Arcade key here that I bought and got into the Neo here. Excuse me, bud. So in here, we can see it's actually a pretty decent setup. These buttons are all old and crunchy, so we'll have to replace those, but I thought this is pretty funny. We have a little alligator clip here, the ground, follow it over here. Hey look, another little alligator clip, ground. It's kind of weird, but we're going to go ahead and pull this beast out, pop these carts in, and see if it fires up. Alright, so first power up, as you can see this is supposed to be metal slug, but we got some sweet pixel blocks here. So I'm thinking this motherboard's super, super dirty. I'm going to go ahead and blow it out, power it back on, and see if we can get another image here. But monitor power's on, it's definitely going to need some caps and some service because it was kind of like flickering when we first powered it on, like surging. So we'll go ahead and reseat these, clean them up real quick, and see if we can't get an actual picture of the metal slug.
That monitor looks pretty dang good.
Alright, so bad news. Definitely a board issue. We've got we swapped the carts around here. We're getting some audio, we're getting some sprites, but as you can see, the game's not supposed to be little smiley faces like that. It's supposed to be beautiful sprite works. So we'll go ahead at a later date and pull this board and go ahead and clean everything up, reflow contacts, remove the battery, put the new Unibios in. We'll do all that stuff, but at least the monitor powers up and it's kind of working. So it's kind of bummed. I was hoping that we turn that on and have a working Neo, but we'll pull it.
Sound a little blown too.
Well, it's just probably the audio. It needs to be reflowed, but we'll go ahead and at a later date pull this guy out and do a video on it. But this is not the last blade. As you guys can see, we're making it further back into the trenches here. So here's the Neo. There's the Dragon Saber that I picked up. Back here is an Aero Fighters, Johnny Nero Action Hero. We have a Virtua Fighter. This is the Primal Rage we're going to try to pull the board out of today. That is a the shooting game, Lethal Enforcers. Then we get the virtual ones. But what we're looking at here now is this guy here, this Beachhead. We're going to see if this monitor powers on. It's a 29-inch tri-sync. If it does, it's getting pulled. It's going to go into Drew's Blast City that he picked up recently. So we're going to go ahead and look at the back here, which is kind of a rat's nest. It runs on like an old, I want to say it's a Pentium 2 or 3, like actual little PC tower. So we're going to clean all this crap up, plug everything in, see if it works, and see if we can't get a picture on this monitor going on. Alright, we had some good news for Drew. The monitor powers up, we get an image on it, but it's the no sync image. This thing, I don't even want to try to plug it in. The motherboard's like floating in the case, the VGA pin needs to be rebent. We probably have to put a whole new VGA cable on this thing. It's pretty rough, it's just been beat up its whole life, but monitor powers up, super nice, hum when it powers on. The image looks okay on the screen. It'll need to be adjusted and things like that, but we're going to go ahead now and go to this guy, which is the Kangaroo Cap converted to Primal Rage. But we're going to try to pull this out enough so I can get the PCB out and take it home and plug it in and see if it works. Alright, so bad news, man. I cannot get this freaking board out. Some of the screws are stripped. Front of it, I can't get my drill in there to pull the screws out. And this is like the biggest PCB I've ever seen in my life. Looks like it belongs in like a 70s Russian submarine or something. So, unfortunately we're going to leave it in for today because it's gross and hot in here. I don't think we're going to work on anything else today just because I'm dying and want to go take a shower. But we're making progress. Aero Fighters hopefully will fire up. Dragon Saber, I'm pretty sure it works. Just got to kind of clean it up. Probably slide these virtual ones up and out of the way a little bit. But so, not a great day. We got a Strike Fighter up and running. Neo Geo powers on. Monitor seems okay. Needs a little cap kit. The board needs some work. Beachhead, we're going to bring a board up here later this week and test that on. That'll be on the next episode. Die Hard works pretty good. This thing's a freaking travesty. It's Area 51. I'll show you guys that next time if I haven't already. It's just full of hacks. They hacked into the ISO power and have ISO going to the board and all kinds of stupid shit. And then eventually we'll get to these guys, but you start to see the wall, you start to see the back of the thing a little bit. We're making progress. Probably have to make a dump run soon. Streaming some pinball here, looking great. Here what it looks like on our end. See people chatting with us. Tuning into this episode, as you can tell, Flippin' Great got a sweet new toy here. I'm sure you'll be seeing and hearing this game plenty more in the coming weeks, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to stream more of this on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Flippin Great Pinball, and then my personal one is twitch.tv/PastBlaster. I don't think we're going to, hopefully we're not going to have to work on this one anytime soon, but we'll be streaming gameplay and things like that. But thank you guys again. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys next time.